spiritual blindness. There are many of us who have progressed spiritually or thought so along our own journey after acquiring many accolades like completion of numerous metaphysical courses, joining countless spiritual workshops, attending frequent retreats, reading many books or other pursuits of spiritual conquest. Obtaining all these were commendable and encouraged. However, having the knowledge but not putting what we learn into action is fruitless and, in fact, locks us in a spiritual blindness. What may happen is the danger of increased spiritual ego, where one thought they knew more than others because of their relentless spiritual endeavors. Notwithstanding, without the proper intention followed up with action, whatever that was learned will remain floating in one's mind without any further action. Confliction and internal struggles persist and dominate one's life, never able to align their thoughts, words, and action. Are we even able to see our own blind spot? Thoughts come and go. We may have learned things and all this information gets into the mind as thoughts, but was it ever turned into intentions? Intentions are thoughts turned into active thoughts with syntropic effort by willing ourselves to do something about it. When we activate this willing process, we are setting an intention, after which actions will be followed up after the process of intention, since the act of intent has a focused and targeted attention to it, as there will be a need to do something about it. This leads to the following truth of action. What good does it make if what you know stays in your mind without action? What good does it do to you when you only speak but not putting it into practice? What is truly good is when we apply all the good things we learn and put it into practice in real life's application. When we are able to do this, we are setting the intention to be aligned with the divine as we work ourselves through action and learn from it, acquiring valuable experiences as we evolve organically. Organical spiritual evolution is a step-by-step learning that puts forth intention, which thereafter puts forth action as we gather experiences that will shape us and mold us into proper alignment. On the other hand, when we walk in the opposite direction, we are synthetically evolving by doing vigorous spiritual practices of any kind. It can be anything, be it mastering meditation by doing it non-stop for long hours or reciting religious texts front to back and back to front without batting an eyelid or any form of spiritual practices in a persistent and dedicated way which propels one into a champion being. Too fast, too furious. Gaining spiritual powers yet not living a right conduct equates to walking in circles. Why do we need others to tell us how high dimensionally our soul is, or all the beautiful things they are seeing in our soul's record or aura? Well, the highest dimensional thing we ought to be doing right now on earth is to know how to navigate Earth's life, living in peace and harmony with everyone around us. The outward seeking of validations will only add on to our own insecurity as we move further and further away from divine truth. Here, you are learning all the good stuff, looking good and speaking well outside, but the minute you get home, you treat your family members badly without regard. Are you even living an honest conduct in righteousness, or hiding in a false facade presented by your ego? Learning all the high spiritual ideals but continually Walking in spiritual blindness will only make you more confused and lost, since you are internally conflicted and your words and action don't even hold water. Are you always blaming others for what they did to you or the situation that they put you into? When we are always looking outwards and seeing reality as things happening to us instead of things happening for us, we are essentially blind and losing direction. Consider the famous universal law that goes, as within, so without, which fundamentally means what is external of you is a reflection of what is internal of you. Even if you do not believe that, this earth experience is a holographic simulation for lessons and a school prepared for aspirants to overcome and master for spiritual progression. Aren't there enough examples for you to see and realize that whenever we change ourselves, our circumstances change miraculously? What only happens is ourselves, the way we think and handle situations and people. Everything else remains the same. Doesn't this apply to epigenetics also? Our thoughts matter because we give energy to that thought and things change according to how we think, be it good or bad. You could be teaching what you learn or sharing what you deem as helpful to others, but are you living what you learn? Did you apply what you preach? Are you doing your best in your present earth's rules? Are you a good daughter or son to your parents? Are you a good wife to your husband or a good husband to your wife? Are you a good employee or employer to your boss or staff? Are you a good mother or father to your children? Are you being a good friend to your friends? It's roles like this which are our purpose in life, not those grandiose ventures you think your soul set you out to do. Even if you do think this is your destiny to help the world in a magnificent way, nonetheless, you still won't pass Earth tests if you are walking in the wrong direction. Lifetimes after lifetimes of propensity towards a certain way you behave and drawing lessons to yourselves should be enough to shake you and steer you towards looking inward and being honest with yourself. How much more lessons do you need before you start to do self-reflection and realize that things are happening for you instead of to you? Are you looking into your own shortcomings and acknowledging them? Acknowledging but not improving is akin to chasing your own tail, if you have one, endlessly. Are you upset with others pointing out something that they saw in you as blind spot? Why are you upset in the first place? How far we journey on this path is how much you know and learn about yourself. Let's start to do contemplation and self-reflection on a daily basis so as to be the master of our own life. Do not allow others to tell you what you should already know. All answers come from within, not without. The more we apply what is right in our life, the more aligned you are and the clearer you see. Self-mastery starts from right thinking and then right living. Be a master of your own thoughts and not a slave.